So roll your shoulders back and down so you're really opening up the chest. Pull your tummy in nice and tight. Have your hands in the position for your bicep curls, and let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Now drop your weights to the side, and we're going to work on our deltoids. So we'll raise our arms 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Now bring your weights to your shoulders, and we're going to push the weights straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Then take one of your weights and drop it behind your back, really opening up your chest. And while you're there, I'm just going to make sure you're all muted, and then you can unmute yourselves at the end. So now we're going to take one of our weights with us as we come into a tabletop position. And we're working on our triceps now, so we really want to squeeze the triceps. So for our tabletop position, have your wrists directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Bring your arm to a 90-degree angle, and then we're just going to straighten that arm out 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. So now we're going to work on our inner thighs since we're in our tabletop position. So bring one leg up so you're in fire hydrant position. And we call it fire hydrant position because it looks like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Hi, Loretta. So we're going to raise the leg 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now stretch it out in a child's pose. Come back to table. So raise the other leg up in fire hydrant position and pump it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And stretch it out in your child's pose. Then we're going to come back with our weights for the second step. Shoulders back, tummy in nice and tight. 8 bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Drop the arms. Deltoids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Bring your weights to your shoulders, but this time we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together and then push up from here. Oh, Charmaine is coming in. So let's go 8 times. Hi, Charmaine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Taking one of your weights in both hands, drop it behind you, open the chest up. And now we're going to come back to our tabletop position. So tummy in nice and tight. I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Switch hands with your weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. So now we want to work on our glutes a little bit. So extend one of your legs. Pull your tummy in nice and tight. Squeeze your glutes. Point your toes because you want to engage your whole body. We're going to raise the leg 20 times. If you can, just do your best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. So I'm just letting Eloise in. Okay. So other side. Extend the opposite leg. Pull the tummy nice and tight. Squeeze the glutes. Hi, Eloise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Stretch it out in your child's pose. And we are ready for our last set. Eloise is saying hi. Hi, Eloise. Okay, roll your shoulders back. Tummy in nice and tight. 8 bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop the weights. You can just shake your arms out a little bit if you need to. And deltoids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Bring your weights to your shoulders. Straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Take one weight in both hands. Drop it behind you. Open the chest up. And last set of tricep extensions. Back to tabletop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. And back to our glutes. So this time we're going to extend one leg, put a 90-degree angle in the leg. We're squeezing our tummy in and squeezing our glutes tight. And we're going to raise the leg 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And stretch it out in child's pose. And last side, extend the opposite leg. Put a 90-degree angle in it. Pull your tummy in. Squeeze your glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And stretch it out in your child's pose. And we are all done. The weight segment. So you might want to give your arms a good shake. And then come to a comfortably seated position. So what we want to do is focus on the present moment because, as you all know, the world is going crazy. And our minds are going crazy when we think about everything that's going on in the world. So we meditate in yoga for that very reason, to calm ourselves, to shut out all the craziness in the world. And how do we do that? By focusing on one thing. So meditation is just focusing on one thing. So we're going to focus our mind on the sound of the Tibetan bowl. Now place one hand on the heart, the other under the abdomen, and we're going to begin to breathe deeply here, in through the nose, out through the mouth 3 times. Okay, now we're going to continue with some pranayama. So today we're going to do, let's do nadi shodhana for a change. So you need to follow the instructions a little bit. If you've never done nadi shodhana before, don't worry, we won't be doing it for a long time, just a few breaths. And, oh, I'm going to let someone in. Terry. Okay, so for nadi shodhana, we're going to hold up our hand. Actually, I'll hold up the other hand so that I'm mirroring you. So holding up your right hand, hold down your forefinger and your middle finger. So you're left with your ring finger extended and your thumb extended. Then you place your thumb on your right nostril and you breathe in through your left nostril. So you breathe in like this, hold it, and then close the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold it while you close the right. Release the left. Exhale through the left. Inhale. Close the nostril. Release the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Close. Release the other side. Exhale through the other side. And now just do it at your own pace for a few seconds. Last one. And release. So nadi shodhana is very good for calming the nervous system down. Actually, all pranayama, nearly all, is good for calming the nervous system down. And so it's twofold because it's a form of meditation. You have to really focus. And also it's excellent work for your lungs and also your coordination. So let's begin with placing one hand on the head and drawing your ear to your shoulder. Come to center, switch hands, and draw the other ear to your shoulder. Come to center, roll your shoulders back and down, opening up the chest nice and wide. Drop your head back, lips together. Come to center, interlace your fingers behind your head, draw your chin into your chest. Come to center. We're going to do our seated twist now. So keep your back nice and straight. Take one of your arms, take a deep breath in, stretch that arm up. Exhale, plant that hand behind you. Bring your other hand outside of your knee. Take a deep breath here in through the nose. Exhale everything. Squeeze and twist. Coming to look over your shoulder. Do it nice and slowly, because in a yogic twist, it's easy to hurt yourself. Now slowly and carefully unwind. Coming back to center. Take a deep breath at center, stretching the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to center. And we'll do the other side now. So taking a deep breath and stretch the other arm up. Exhale, plant it behind you. Bring your other hand outside of your knee, keeping your back nice and straight. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Squeeze and twist slowly, carefully. You can still be breathing in the twist. You're just going to be breathing shallowly. And what you're trying to do in all yogic twists is detoxify your internal organs. Slowly and carefully unwind. So we're detoxing them by squeezing out the old oxygen and allowing fresh oxygen into the internal organs. Take a deep breath in, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to center. Drop your chin to your chest and roll your head to one side. And then the other side. And let's do that one more time. Drop your chin to your chest, roll your head to one side. And then the other side. Coming to center, we're going to roll the shoulders. So really squeeze your shoulder blades together as you come back and stretch them apart as you come forward. And then change direction. Good. I'm just going to let Jean in. So, taking one arm, cross it across your body, draw it in towards your chest, and circle your hand in one direction. Change direction. Shake it out, other side. Cross it over, draw it in, circle the hand, and change direction. And shake that out. Extend one arm in front of you. Flip the palm so it faces the sky, and then draw your hand towards you. So this is really good if you have tennis elbow or you've been on the computer a lot all day. Shake it out. Other side. Extend, flip, draw the palm back towards your body. And shake that out. Grasp one of your elbows and draw it over to the side. Coming to center, switch elbows. And come to center. So we're going to do what's called the pretzel. Don't get too scared. You're just taking one foot and bringing it outside the opposite knee from a cross-legged position. If you can't do the full thing, just modify according to your own body. Wrap your knee with your arms, draw your knee in toward your chest, keeping your back nice and straight. You should be feeling the pull in your hip area. And release. And switch legs. So wrapping the knee, keeping the back nice and straight, draw that knee in. And release. So, today we're going to do our cat and cow from a seated position. We usually do it from tabletop position, but we're changing it up a little bit. So place your hands on your knees. We're going to draw back and tuck the chin in. That is our cat. So drawing back, tucking the chin in. Now come forward, breathing in, pushing the chest forward, head back, lips together for your cow. Exhale, come back into your cat by drawing back, tucking the chin in. Inhale, come back into your cow, pushing the chest forward, head back, lips together. Exhale, come back into cat. And lastly, come forward into your cow, head back. Okay, so let us get into our tabletop position. So we're going to work on the shoulders first. Have your arms so straight that you're actually locking your elbows. Now drop your chest toward the mat and then push your chest forward. Bring it up, around, and down. Again, you're really squeezing your shoulder blades together as you come forward and spreading them apart as you come up. And one more time. And then coming to center, have your knees together and drop your hips to one side. And then the other side. And then come back to your tabletop. So we're going to open up our knees and sit back on our heels, coming into our wide knee child's pose. So stretch your arms out in front of you as far as they'll go. Spread your fingers open wide. Connect your forehead or your third eye to the mat. And we're just going to hold it here for a little while. So just envision drawing in the beautiful earth energy in through your palms, in through your third eye, and rippling it through your body until it reaches your toes. And now give your toes a little wiggle and come back up to your tabletop position. So let us work on our balance now. So extend one leg and then extend the opposite arm for your bird dog. You can flex your foot and push your heel back. If you want to take it to the next level, you can bend that leg, reach around, grab your foot, and keep into your hand. Or stay where you are. And release. Stretch it out in your child's pose. And then back to table. So let's do that on the other side. Extend the opposite leg and the opposite arm. Flex the foot, push the heel back. Of course, you're pulling in your tummy tight. If you want to take it to the next level, bend that leg, catch the foot, kick into the hand. So I have people of all different levels. So I like to give lots of options. Release and stretch it out in your child's pose. And then coming to tabletop. So usually we work on our hip joint standing up, but we're going to do it from tabletop today. So raising one of your legs up into that fire hydrant position, we're going to circle like as if we're drawing a circle with our knees. So around and around and around one more time. And then change direction. Last time. Stretch it out in child's pose. And come back to table. Let's do the other side. So fire hydrant pose with the other leg. And draw that circle with the knee in one direction. 3 times. And then change direction. And then come back to table and back to your child's pose. So we're ready to come to downward facing dog. If down dog is not good for you, you can always stay in a tabletop position and just stretch one leg out at a time. But if you can come into down dog, tuck your toes, raise your hips up, and pedal your legs here. Pause and push both heels down towards the mat. Tuck the chin into the chest. And then look forward. You can walk up to the top of your mat or you can hop up to the top of your mat. And then take a deep breath in. Stretch your arms all the way up, bringing them to prayer, to heart center, to mountain pose. And then give it a good shake and a twist. So we're going to do our big hip circles. So opening up the legs a little bit more than hip distance apart. You can put a little bend in the knees, hands to the hips. So when we're doing our big hip circles, bend all the way forward and all the way back. So let's start. And then change direction. And then make your way to center. So you can bring your legs in and extend. If you need to hold on to a chair here, you might have to for balance, that's fine. If you're good without the chair, extend one leg in front of you. Point the toes, flex the foot. Point and flex, point and flex. Last time, point and flex, and now circle your foot. And then change direction. And then draw the leg in and twist out. And the other side, extend the opposite leg. Point the toes, flex the foot, point and flex, point and flex. Last time, point and flex, and circle your foot. And change direction. And draw the leg in, twist out. So today we're going to do swimming arms. So the front crawl. As we're doing our front crawl, put a little bit of a bend and a twist in it. You're really stretching your back out. And then change direction. And then come to center. Give it a good shake and a twist. So we always like to do a little bit of brain yoga. So we're going to do our super brain yoga. So for that, take your left arm, cross it over your chest. Grasp your earlobe, thumbnail pointing forward. And do the same with the other arm. Cross it over your chest, grasp your earlobe, thumbnail pointing forward. Place your tongue to the roof of your mouth. You're going to keep it there the whole time that we come into chair pose, 15 times. And when we come into chair pose, remember not to hang your knees over your toes, but rather stick your rear end back so you don't add extra pressure to your knees. So let's go 15 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last one, 15, and shake it all out. So for those of you who are new, doing super brain yoga is great for the memory. And all that twisting is really working your coordination. As we age, we lose our balance, our flexibility, our coordination, and our memory. So yoga is so great for all of that. So I hope you guys always keep up your yoga. Even when you can't move, you can always do chair yoga. I also teach chair yoga. All right, we are ready for our sun salutation. So come to the top of your mat. Oh, our light's gone out. Let's see if we can turn it back on. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to take a deep breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking another deep breath and stretch the arms all the way up. Exhale, pull forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the mat and then step one leg back and then the other leg back. Coming into a high plank. Swivel your elbows so the insides face forward. Now, if high plank is not good for you, you can always just keep your knees dropped to the mat. Shift your body forward and then come down. We call that chaturanga. So from chaturanga, you can raise up to a low cobra, just pushing up from your sternum, or come to a full cobra, pushing your shoulders back, or come to an upward facing dog by raising the knees off the mat. Lips together, chin up, exhale, come into down dog. And pedal your legs here. Pause, push both heels down towards the mat, tuck the chin into the chest, and then release your head. Give it a shake. Take a deep breath in, raise your right leg up, come to the ball of your left foot, swing your right leg forward, and then come up into warrior one. Having your back foot at a 45-degree angle, front knee directly over your ankle. If you have knee problems, you might want to just keep your legs straight. Shift your hips forward, arms up stretched, gazing upwards. Lift the toes up, plant them down. Draw the earth energy in through the feet, up through the core, and envision shooting that beautiful energy out through your fingertips to the universe. And then swing your arms behind your back, catch your elbows. You have a choice here. You could catch your elbows, or if you prefer, you can bring your hands to a prayer position behind you. Straighten out your front leg. Take a deep breath here, in through your nose. Exhale, fold forward. If you need to reach for the mat for balance sake, do so. Just keep your head nice and loose. And then come back up. Put the bend back in your front leg. And bring your arms back up so you're in your warrior one once again, gazing upwards. And now open up your arms. Take your back foot and put it in line with the back of your mat. Gaze over your front fingertips. Front knee should still be over your ankle. Lift those toes up, clamp them down. Draw that earth energy in through the feet, up to the core, tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the abs. Roll the shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Holding it there in your warrior two. And now flip your front palm so it faces the sky and draw it up, gaze upwards for reverse warrior. Now rest your forearm on your thigh, palm facing up. Bring the other arm over your ear for extended side angle pose. If you prefer, you could reach for the mat. And then come back to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. We're going to take a deep breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Shift forward, come into your triangle pose. Sink a little deeper if you can, but be careful never to overstretch. Listen to your body. At your waist, pivot into airplane pose. Continue to pivot into revolved triangle pose. Come back to airplane. Come back to triangle. Sink a little deeper if you can. And then flip your front palm so it faces forward, your bottom palm, and then draw that arm up, gaze upwards for reverse triangle. Now we're going to cartwheel our arms and bring them right down to the mat. Step back into your high plank or drop your knees if you have to. Swivel your elbows so the insides face forward. Inhale, shift the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, low cobra, full cobra, or knees off the ground for upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips up, or down dog. And pedal here. Pause and push both heels down towards the mat. Tuck the chin into the chest. Release the head, give it a shake. Take a deep breath in and raise the left leg up. Come to the ball of the right foot. Swing your left leg forward and then push up into your warrior one. So your back foot's going to be at that 45-degree angle. Front knee over ankle. Shift your hips forward. Arms up, stretch, gazing upwards. Lift the toes up, clamp them down. Envision drawing in that beautiful earth energy in through the feet, up to the core, shooting it out through your fingertips to the universe. And then swing your arms behind your back. You can catch your elbows or you can bring your hands to prayer behind your back. Straighten out your front leg. Take a deep breath here in through the nose. Exhale, fold forward. And you can reach for the mat if you need to. And then come back up. Put a bend back in the front leg. Bring your arms back up. So you're back in your warrior one, gaze up. And now open up your arms. Coming into warrior two, change the angle of your back foot. So it's parallel to the back of the mat. Gazing over your front fingertips. Front knee over ankle. Lift the toes up, clamp them down. Draw that earth energy into the feet, up through the core, tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the abs. Roll your shoulders back and down, away from the ears. You might want to even give your glutes a squeeze and relax them. Now flip your front palm so it faces the sky. Draw it up, gazing upwards for reverse warrior. And then rest your forearm on your thigh, palm facing up. Bring the other arm over your ear for extended side angle pose. Or if you prefer, you can reach for the mat. And then come back to your warrior two, straighten out your front leg. Let's take a deep breath here, into the nose, out to the mouth. Shift the body forward, come into your triangle pose. Sink a little deeper. At the waist, pivot into airplane pose. Continue to pivot into revolved triangle pose. Come back to airplane. Come back to triangle. Sink a little deeper. Flip your front palm so it faces forward and draw the palm up, gazing upwards for reverse triangle. And then we're going to cartwheel our arms back down to the mat. Step back into your high plank. Swivel your elbows so the insides face forward. Exhale, shift forward, and then come all the way down. Inhale, come up to a low cobra or a full cobra or an upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips up, and pedal here. So, just a note here, if there's anything that I demonstrate that's not good for you, don't do it. Be mindful of what your body is telling you. Everybody has different injuries or issues, so you want to be careful not to aggravate any problems you may have. So, taking a deep breath in, raise your right leg up and put a bend in the leg and stack your hips. Now, if you want to, you can come into a wild thing by dropping back and dropping your arm back, opening up the chest, and then coming back. Bring your right knee in toward your nose, push off the ball of the back foot. Point your right toe so you're creating this beautiful arch with your body, and then swing your right knee forward so it lands outside of your right wrist. Slide the other leg back, and then push up into your proud pigeon. You can take this front foot and move it up a little more. I'm going to give you some options because not everybody can do pigeon pose. So if this is not good for you, you can draw that back leg in and sit in a deer pose, or you can bring the soles of your feet together, taking a breath in, exhale, and lean forward in your cobbler's pose. You could also come into the four, pressing your leg away from you, or you could do a standing pigeon, but I'm not going to demonstrate that today. Okay, so now come down to your elbows, stack your fists, and rest your forehead on the fists, or if you happen to have a block, you can use the block and rest your head on the block. And because this is about really opening up the hips, we're going to wait in this rest in this position for about 1 minute. I'm going to time it. Okay, now you can push up, coming back into your proud pigeon. So for proud pigeon, your hands can be flat, or you can tent your fingers. Or if you would like to come into king pigeon, raise up your back leg, reach round with that left arm, grab the foot, and draw the foot in. You can grab the outside of the foot or the inside of the foot and draw it in. Your front hand can be flat, or you can tent your fingers. But you don't have to take it to this level. You can remain in the proud pigeon. And release. So from here, plant your hands in front of you, step back into your high plank. Swivel your elbows so the insides face forward. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga down. You can come up to a low cobra or a full cobra, or knees off the ground for upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips up, come into down dog, and pedal here. Pause, push both heels down towards the mat, tuck the chin into the chest. Release the head, give it a shake. Taking a deep breath in, raise the left leg up, put a bend in the leg, stack the hips, or you can come into wild plank by just rocking back and dropping your arm behind you, and then come back. Bring your left knee in toward your nose, point your left toes, you're on the ball of your right foot, creating that beautiful arch, then swing your left knee forward. Let it land outside of the left hand. Slide your right leg back. Coming into your proud pigeon, you can take that left foot and shift it forward a little more, or draw your leg in for your deer pose, or soles of your feet together. Forward fold for cobbler's pose. And now, make two fists, one on top of the other, rest your head, or use your block to rest your head. And we'll rest here for about 1 minute. And don't forget, you can always shift your front foot up a little bit more if you want a bit more stretch. And now you can push back up into your proud pigeon, hands flat, or tent your fingers. You can stay there, or you can come into your king pigeon by raising up your left leg, your right leg. Reach around, grab that foot, and then with your right hand, draw it in. Your hand can be the outside of the foot or the inside of the foot. You can have your front hand flat or tent your fingers. And then release. So working on the back now, bring your knees together. Be on the balls of your feet. We're coming into our camel pose. So place your hands on your lower back. Open the chest up, drop your head back. You can either stay there or bring your fingertips to your heels. And then if that doesn't work for you, you can always try opening up your legs wider, squatting, placing your fingers on your heels and coming up from there. And then coming back up, we're going to do another pose that's very good for the back. And it's sort of the opposite of our camel pose. It's rabbit pose. So flatten your feet. Bring your head to your mat as close to your knees as possible. Reach behind, grab your heels, and then push your rear end up and really tuck the chin in. So what you want to be doing is really spreading your shoulder blades apart and stretching out your lower back. And then release. Come to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes, raise the hips up, coming into down dog. Look forward, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in and stretch the arms all the way up to prayer, to heart center, to mountain pose. And then give it a good shake and twist it out. So we're taking a breather now because we're done our sun salutation. If you want to drink some water, you can. But grab your stretchy band or your stockings or nylons, whatever you happen to have, If you don't have any of those things, then you're just going to modify without them. Pretend you have one in your hand. So, holding your stretchy band so it's a bit taut, we're going to be breathing in through our nose on the upswing and then exhaling through our mouth on the back forwards. So breathing in and exhale, come forward. Now, not everybody can do this. It might be not good for your shoulders, so don't do it if it doesn't feel right. Breathing in, exhale. And last time, breathing in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And we're done. So we are ready for our standing poses. Starting off with tree pose, that's the best one to start out with. If you need to hold onto a chair, you can have a chair handy. Have one hand on. So take a deep breath here, stretch the arms all the way up. Float the arms down. Catch one of your legs. Bring it out to the side. Slide the foot in. Now you can remain with your legs in this position, or you can raise your foot to your calf, or you can tuck your foot into your inner thigh. Just do not place your foot on your knee joint, because you don't want to add extra pressure on a joint. When you feel ready and steady by staring at one point, that's your drishti, roll your branches. If you would like, you can make a mudra with your fingers, or at heart center, or above your head. And release. Give it a good shake and a twist. So, don't worry if you can hold it the whole time. You'll get better and better the more you practice. Take a deep breath in, stretch the arms all the way up. Float the arms down. Catch the other leg, bring it out to the side, slide your foot in. Remain there, or raise it to your calf, or tuck it into your thigh. When you're ready and steady, roll your branches. And release. And give it a good shake and a twist. So, today we're going to do half moon. It's handy if you have a block, a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, you can always use a small stool or a couple of books, or you might not need it. If your arms are long enough, your hand is going to be able to reach the floor anyway. So, step to the top of your mat. I like to have my yoga block on the medium level, so it's lower, the medium, and the taller, at least to start out with. And I have it in front of my right foot, about a foot in front of my foot. If you don't have the block or books or anything, you can just reach right for the floor with your hand. So, take a deep breath here, stretch the arms all the way up, exhale, fold forward, reach for the block or the floor, or your stool, whatever you have, and step your left leg back. Now, if you can do it, raise your left arm up. And if you can continue in the pose, raise your left leg up. If you can't, just stay where you are. Flex your foot to come into the full half moon. Now, for those of you who are more advanced and you want to try half moon bound, I raise my block to the highest level, and then I draw my knee in towards the chest, catch my foot, and then kick back, pulling the shoulder back, creating a bow and arrow effect. Don't worry if you can't do half moon down. It's a more advanced position. And then bring it in. Give it a good shake and a twist. So, the other side. I take my block, put it in front of the left foot, about a foot in front of the left foot. Take a deep breath in, stretch the arms all the way up. Place the left hand on the block or reach it to the floor or your stool. Step your right foot back. Raise your right arm up. If you can do it, raise your right leg up. And flex your foot. That's your full half moon. If you want to try half moon down, I'm going to flip my block. Draw your knee into your chest. Kick back. Pull your shoulder back. And then bring it in. And give it a twist out. So, we are ready for our moon salutation. Take a deep breath in. Stretch the arms all the way up. Interlace your fingers above your head. Have your forefingers pointing up. And then tilt over to the side. This is one version of crescent moon. You can gaze forward or look up. And then come to center, tilt to the other side. Gaze forward or look up. Come to center, open into your star, interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw your hands down, open the chest up, drop your head back, lips together. You can envision floating up to the sky. Come to center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, fold forward. Drawing the arms up, keeping your head nice and loose. Give your head a shake. Release the hands. Take one hand, bring it outside the opposite ankle, and then draw the other arm up. Gaze neutral or look up. And then switch sides. Come to center, grasp your elbows, drop your head from the waist, sway side to side, and try and get a little lower with each sway, keeping that head nice and loose. A good one for the back. Now reach behind with your hands, grasping your calves, and draw your chest toward your thigh. Now take a deep breath in, stretch your arms all the way up to prayer, to heart center, and then open up your arms. Have your palms either facing each other or facing forward for goddess pose. Open your feet up, sink into your goddess pose. Lift your toes up, plant them down. Draw that earth energy in through your feet, up through your core, tucking your tailbone, sucking your abs. Roll your shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Give your glutes a firm squeeze. bring your hands to heart center, heel toe all the way in. Come down to the mat. Now I usually use a gardening knee pad for a little extra cushioning to the knee. So place one knee down. If you don't have a knee pad, that's fine. But my knees need it. Extend your opposite leg. Flip your foot up. Push your heel down the mat. Draw your toes toward you. So you want to really be feeling this stretch all along the leg. Now hold it there, but for those of you who are more advanced and want to try it bound, rock back onto the ball of your foot and then drop your shoulder inside that leg. Flip your other foot down, by the way. Reach around, grab your fingers. And release. So, switch knees. Then the other leg. Flip the foot up, push the heel down the mat, draw the toes toward you. A nice stretch there. And then if you want to come into the bind, flip that foot down, rock back to the ball of the other foot, rock your shoulder inside the knee, and reach around, grab your fingers. And release. Come to center. So let's come into our staff pose. So your back is nice and straight. Your feet are flexed. Take a deep breath in, stretch up. Exhale, pull forward. Reaching as far as you can. And then coming back up. Take your right foot, tuck it into your left thigh. And take your left hand, plant it behind you. With an inhale, stretch your right arm up. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for the outside of your left leg or your foot. And coming back up, we're going to switch. So take your right hand, plant it behind you. Deep breath in with your left arm. Exhale, fold forward. Reach to the outside of your leg or your foot as far as you can go. And release. So let's take a full body stretch. Come all the way down, arms overhead, pointing the toes. That feels so good. And we're going to do fish pose. So for fish pose, take your hands and tuck them under your rear end. And come up to your elbows. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other so you're really opening up your chest. Point your toes and then drop your head back. You can stay like that, or you can bring your head all the way down to the mat, sliding your body back a little bit. Keep the toes pointed. You want to have your whole body engaged. And then lower yourself all the way down, full body stretch. And we're going to counter that, so let's flip onto our stomach. Now, interlace your fingers behind your back. You can have your forefingers pointing straight out, and then draw your arms back as you push up from your pelvic area. Chin up, lips together, point your toes, and now raise your legs up. And then release. Rest your head for a moment on your forearms. If you want to come into a restorative position, you can just draw one leg up. And now flip over on the other side. Full body stretch here. And I see we're going over time, so hopefully you can all stay because it is time to work on the abs. So tuck your hands underneath your hips, raise your legs up. You can come into legs up the wall position and stay here if you like, or you can join us in the ab work by pointing your toes, lowering your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover your legs and now crisscross. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw your knees in, rock side to side. Raise your legs up, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse your legs up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the knees in, rock side to side. Raise the legs back up, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flutter kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the knees in, rock side to side. And lastly, raise the legs up, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the knees in and come right into a laughing baby pose. Grasp your feet, draw your knees down towards the mat, and give a little sway side to side. And we're ready to end it off. So full body stretch. If you have your strap or belt, you can grab that. And coming into your staff pose, we always like to end in some version of a supine twist. So taking a deep breath in, stretch your strap up. Exhale, pull forward, wrap your feet. Walk your hands towards your feet for a nice stretch. Then release one foot. You might want to shift down the mat. If your belt isn't long enough, you can always use your stretchy band. Lean back, draw your leg up. If you don't have a belt or a stretchy band, you're just going to modify. Walking your hands up your strap, drop the opposite arm, and drop open that leg. Gaze to your opposite arm. And then draw that leg back up, walk your hands towards your foot, up the other arm, and cross the leg over. Now, if you don't have that strap, you can just bend your leg and press your hand on your knee. So you're gazing at your opposite arm. Bring your leg back up to center, switch feet. Walk your hands up the strap, up one of your other arm, open up your leg, you're gazing at that opposite arm. Bring it back to center, walk your hands up the strap, drop the other arm, gaze at that arm, cross your leg over your body. And release. We're all done. So we'll just take a half a minute Shavasana. So just stretch your arms over your head, point your toes, and then relax your whole body. Arms on either side of you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale any tension that might be left in your body. And just feel your arms and legs melting into the earth. The gravity of the earth pulling your body down towards the center of the earth. Your whole body melting into the earth. We're going to stay in Shavasana for half a minute, beginning with the Timsha symbols and ending with the Timsha symbols. to wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet. Draw your knees into your chest. Give a little sway side to side. Rock into your fetal position. And push up into your comfortably seated position. So thank you all for joining me. From my heart to yours, namaste.